The leaves aren't the only colors changing this season. A lot of people, like myself, feel like fall is the perfect time to change your hair color.
But we know that changing your hair color is just one part of your overall look. That's why Marie Miclot is here sharing some tips on how to transform your makeup palette to match your new dupe. Now, this is perfect timing because Heather just got her hair color, and we were just talking about contrast makeup theory and how to balance everything out.
That's another buzzword. Let's talk. We've got buzzwords going on. Cowboy copper, hello, like the color.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we took Heather from Signature Blonde, like our queen blondie. I know you got some DMs that were like, what did you do?
Go back to blonde.
So now she's our cowboy copper queen, and I'm sure as soon as you got your hair done, you're like, oh, I look so different.
I thought that, but I also thought, like, this is bringing out other things that I forgot even existed on my face.
It's tough. When we see a big change like that, it does change our contrast level. You were a blonde with pretty light skin, light features, and you could bring in some contrast with makeup. Now we have more contrast with the hair, which means our eyebrows start to look a little bit different, how much bronzer we need. I'm sure you got to do a lot of really beautiful cool tones for a long time when you were blonde, and now your hair has so much warmth in it. We have to start bringing in some of the
So what are some things we can do? And the first thing is look at your eyebrows. And that was the one thing that was so noticeable on me that I had to change immediately.
It's kind of jarring. It's like if you have really dark lashes and dark eyebrows and you lighten your hair, it's like, oh my gosh, these features are coming right to the front. So sometimes we kind of want to soften everything, bring it all together. I always like to tell people that's our first thing we're going to change. So maybe instead of dyeing our brow hair, you said you tried a brow gel, right?
I tried, yeah, and there are a couple of different ones. The one that I tried is a Morphe gel, and it's $6.
It's not a big,
affordable.
So you spend all this money changing your hair color, but makeup shouldn't be the thing that breaks the bank. After we've done all this, we have a lot of those things. So little budget things, like a little eyebrow gel. I tell people instead of black mascara, if you're used to wearing black, a black brown or just a brown is a really nice way to soften some of those darker and kind of bring some harmony to our features. The other thing kind of in that vein is we have all this makeup at home, right? So many things where we look in our eyeshadow palettes.
Right.
And we have holes.
All of these,
yes, that
right?
looks just like my palette.
We've got holes, right. So maybe these are the colors that we used a lot. You've changed the way you look. So now we get to dip into some of our other ones. Don't go buy a new palette. Use what you have, just maybe investigate some different things.
This was my question. So when it comes to eyeshadow, should she be matching the color of her eyeshadow to her hair?
You guys know me. I know no hard rules with that. Personal style trumps all. But I think, especially for warm hair, a beautiful monochromatic look. Same kind of like warm shimmery on the eyes, so like warm shimmery on the cheek, warm shimmery on the lip. It's so harmonious, so pretty, so fall.
And tell us about some of the shades here. And this is like a bronzing and
you can see this is a well-loved palette that I literally pulled out of my professional kit. So I have always put Heather in this with a little bit of this. Now our hair is darker, so we're going to move from here to here. Guys, it doesn't matter what the products are. It does not matter.
So it just moved a little darker.
Just move.
We're just kind of moving that fader a little bit. Don't go buy new things. That's my big one. You have a lot of things. Maybe you're just not using the things you have, and you need a little help. So I always tell people for things like this, reach out to a professional makeup artist. If you don't want to pay me, go to Sephora and ask somebody. If you want to revolutionize your clothes, your hair, your makeup, everything, those color theory people are out there now, where you go and they do your swatches and tell you what kind of colors to use. It can be really overwhelming.
A couple other things, and I think one of the other things, so it was my eyebrows that I noticed and my lip color.
Yes.
Those were the two things that I felt needed immediate change.
We had 20, I guess 3, hi Barbie, hi Barbie, hi Barbie. Heather was Barbie pink.
Loved Barbie pink.
Now we're looking for warm kind of. So things in this kind of warm, shimmery. I love these Sephora ones. They're just a couple bucks, but you see tonally.
Love it.
Do you have this color?
I do.
Tonally, they are really similar vibes. And things with shimmer in them, light hits them and they're really forgiving. You don't have to be so specific.
What a pretty shade.
I love that it just has that shimmer. Let the light reflect off. Let's be glowy. Let's warm it up.
This is all about like retraining your mind because you've been so used to doing something for such a long time.
Yeah, and it just can feel really different, really just where do you start? You have the tools you need. Don't panic.
I do love the idea, though, of hiring a professional makeup artist to at least help you with that transition because you're gonna spend way too much money on things that aren't gonna work if you try and do it yourself.
1,000%. And it just gets. We are always bombarded by all these brand new things. Like we said, TikTok shop. Every 10 seconds you're on the app, buy this, do this. We don't need everything.
Right. Just little things, little changes.
But it's fun to shop.
Thank you so much. And if you are interested in checking out Marie's makeup services, we're going to have a link on our website. Just go to kdka.com/talkpittsburgh.